most important thing, obviously, is your win rate and risk to reward. So if you're trading one specific strategy, obviously you need to know the risk to reward, you need to know your win rate. And then based on that, there must exist an optimal prop form for you to trade on, just because they all have different rules. So if you're to simulate it across all of the different prop firms with your exact strategy, your exact stats, then one of those rule sets must fit your strategy the best, just plainly speaking. So I think people should try and figure out which prop firm rules would fit them best. And that would honestly just be through backtesting. So instead of backtesting like you're on a live account, just finding your equity curve over time, backtest like you're on a prop firm challenge. See how many times you hit the max drawdown, see how many times you hit the profit target. And then when you get to the funded account, you need to change pretty much everything, because the evaluation and the funded account, you have to optimize for different things. The evaluation, you have to optimize for your chance of hitting the profit target before hitting the max loss. And then on funded account, you need to optimize for your expected value, which is basically like your chance of a payout multiplied by how large that payout is. So it's two different things. You could even change your risk to reward or change your strategy, because personally I trade different strategies on eval and funded just because they're like incredibly different.
Well, let's start off with the eval. So we have the moving parts of risk to reward, win rate, trade frequency. Is that important to you?
Not really. There is an optimal way to do it, but it is not for me.
So actually only starting off with these two variables. What about risk per trade? Would that be standardized?
Yeah, you should definitely have a static risk per trade.
Okay, and your risk to reward or your profit target is always fixed?
It is. For evaluations, it's fixed.
And you will not allow runners or partials along the way?
No.
What is the reason for this?
Leaving runners and partials is probably one of the worst things you can do on prop firms. The reason, obviously, consistency rule, just in general, on most evaluations, you can't make the whole thing in one day. If you could, then it's probably better to leave those runners. But mainly with the trailing drawdown, I don't like to leave runners or close my position early or anything like that because of how the trailing drawdown moves. Just since the trailing drawdown moves up at the end of the day on the futures accounts, then you obviously need to build a strategy around that. Basically, like I'm solving for max drawdown in my equity curve.
Okay, and therefore, are you thinking drawdown versus profit target as the formula, or are you thinking total evaluation fees versus total payouts, and then it's just like a slot machine? You keep rolling the dice, and you allow the maths to play out.
Yeah, it's definitely the second one. I look to go for like a 3x return on my evaluation spend, and then when I do well, I get 4, 5, 6 times. If I do worse, then I'm going to get like 2.7. Like the downside is extremely capped with prop firms. That's why I do it instead of a live account. But what people should do on the evaluation specifically is realize if you have a $3,000 profit target and a $2,000 max loss, that is a 1 to 1.5. So if you automatically change your risk to reward to a 1 to 1.5, then you're just going to pass more challenges because of how the trailing drawdown works.
Hey Titans, let's take a quick break from the episode to talk about a sponsor and partner of the show, that is Ola Prime. Now, a lot of traders have been talking about Ola Prime because they were recently the winner of the fastest payout prop firm award in the IFX Expo here in Dubai. And something that you don't see so often is that they are backed by their own brokerage firm, Ola Prime Markets. And a few things that I love about Ola Prime is that they have offers for futures, forex, and crypto traders. And most importantly, they allow you to trade on over 8 platforms. And further, they do a 95% profit splits, basically unheard of, which means whatever profit you make, you keep 95% of it. And most importantly, because of their reward, they're one of the only prop firms that offer a 1-hour payout through a structured 10-point 1-hour payout system. Your payouts are practically on demand, which means you can spend more time on the chart, trading, withdraw your profits, and go back to the markets. With all these steps, measures, and awards in place, they are truly redefining transparency and trust in the prop firm space. So if you want to work with a prop firm that you can trust and a partner of the show, click the link in the description or use the code TOT for Titans of Tomorrow to get the best prices and discounts that I've personally negotiated for you guys, our Titans of Tomorrow audience. With that being said, let's get back into today's episode. Why would someone not try and achieve a 1 to 10? Why would, is it just something that is the math doesn't play out, or it skews things against you even though it seems like it's in your favor? Why not go for the highest asymmetrical gain as possible?
Technically, if their 1 to 10 was the exact same profitability in terms of like expected value as my 1 to 1.5, it's going to take them with the consistency rule. And then if they lose like 100, win 1,000, realistically, it's going to take them probably 20 trades to eventually hit that, because they're going to go up 1,000, minus, up 1,000, minus. They'll be slightly positive in the long run if they have a good strategy, but it's going to take them forever to hit that plus 3,000, or they're going to need 3 in a row, which with 1 to 10 is like extremely unlikely. So it will take them, I'm just going to guess, like a week to a month to pass the eval, whereas I'm passing like 10 evals in a day just by taking so many trades of smaller risk to reward.
How often are you placing a trade?
I trade about 20 different times per day.
20 trades per day.
20 trades,
And unique positions or
Yeah.
copy traded?
Unique positions, I try not to
Okay.
copy trade. I'll layer trades in, like if one's in profit, like a funded account's in profit, I'll layer in evals in the same direction.
That seems pretty intense. What's the
Yeah.
methodology behind that?
I honestly just like speed. With prop firms, I try to trade all of my accounts every single day. I've constantly been reminding myself that if I take 20 trades per day, it's the exact same as someone who takes one trade a day for a month. And if I'm able to trade 20 times as much with the same edge, I'm going to make 20 times as much in terms of my profit.
Got it. Assumes a few things. Number one is psychological decay.
Yep.
And number two assumes that you can get the same expectancy, or more importantly, the same parameters of win rate, risk reward, etc., with a higher trade frequency.
Yep.
And I wonder, would it not diminish? Would alpha diminish the more you, or the more often you seek it?
Personally, no, because in my experience with prop firms, I'm just using a bias. So I have a high time frame bias of where the price is going to charge in for the next 30 minutes to an hour. So I guess it's not too high time frame, but I look forward 30 minutes to an hour. Which direction do I think it's going to go? And then
Just using market structure?
yeah,
Okay.
reversion. We'll get into that later probably. And then I'll just take consecutive trades in a row. So instead of doing like one eval all the way for one trade, I'll size up. I'll do one eval here, another. So I'm getting like 5 evaluations in the same direction as taking one trade like someone would do on a live account.
I didn't follow. So if I'm buying at the open, let's say, and it's on eval account number 1, the moment that one's in a little bit of profit, then I re-enter on the second account, as opposed to why not take the first entry on all accounts?
I just don't like copy trading personally. It's really bad for my psychology, might be for others as well. I find if I trade every single account individually, I'm taking 20 trades per day. On average, I'm going to win like 98% of my days just because I have 20 trades of a sample size. Like people can get a winning month if they take one trade a day because that's 20 trades. So if I take 20 trades in one day, then I'm going to have a winning day just because I had 20 trades with a slight positive expectancy.
I get it. You've squeezed someone's average month or couple months compressed into a singular day.
Yeah.
What is your win rate? Even if you end the day green, what is what's your win rate during the day?
Win rate changes a lot with my strategy. There's a few different ways to approach this question. So risk to reward is obviously the most important one on prop firms. I'll do the 1 to 1.5 on most of my evaluations. Some of them I'll do 1 to 2. Some of them I'll do 1 to 1. So I have a ton of different risk to rewards based on what the market shows me. And then funded accounts, some I'll do 1 to 1, some I'll do 1 to 1.5, 1 to 4, whatever. So I have a ton of different risk to rewards. I cycle through all of them. And then if I see a 1 to 1.5 in the market, I know I'm going to choose this account because a 1 to 1.5 is best for this account specifically.
Okay, so I'm going to read between the lines. You tell me if I'm on the right track, because you mentioned mean reversion, which is throwing me off. So I want to get into it. You identify a intraday trend. For this, I would assume you use 15-minute or 30-minute market structure.
1 minute.
1 minute market structure to find a trend for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say we're in a bullish scenario. Bullish scenario from the 1 minute time frame only, or are you using higher time frames to establish a trend?
Just 1 minute, and I'll look back 6 hours if needed for a really high time frame bias. But mostly, I'm just looking 1 minute. Market opens, it goes this way. I'm just going to trade back to the open.
If I was looking at a 1 minute trend and my look back was a couple of hours, there's so much variance in what that could mean, because I could be inside of a daily point of interest. So even though it's looking bullish, I'm consuming a bearish POI,
Right.
and then I'm waiting for a rejection. That could be one lens, even though it looks the same. Another optically similar scenario would be I'm in no man's land. I'm just approaching a POI. Another one is I've just broken structure. I'm free falling. So there's so many things that would look optically the same on M1, but you zoom out a bit, it would be totally different.
Yeah.
How do you factor in for that?
I mean, that's all a very great point if you are on a live account. Since I'm trading on a prop firm, all I need is a slight edge and a bias in my favor. So I don't care if it's no man's land. I don't care if it's near something, point of interest or whatever. All I'm trading is a specific direction. I have a direction based on what I think the fair price of the futures are, and I'll just trade all of my accounts in that direction every time I see an entry.
I see the point. You're not looking for a whole move. You're not looking for a trend. You're looking for a probable pocket.
Yep.
And that probable pocket is just, I need to be accurate for wherever price is going to be in 30 minutes.
Yep.
And therefore, and with a 1 to 2, up to 1 to 2 risk to reward, that means your stop loss size is just basically a session low, and you're targeting the average session volatility. That's basically the window of that you're playing.
Approximately, yes. I do take static risk and static profit targets. Like each of my accounts, I know exactly on this account, I'm going to risk 1,000, go for 2,000. This account, I'm going to risk 1,000, go for 1,500. And then maybe here, risk 500, go for 2,000.
Why is there variance on risk per account?
With the prop firm specific approach, just because they have the optimal rule sets.
Okay, got it.
Like you can just optimize your exact stop loss and take profit for those rule sets.
Let's get into the mean reversion side, or basically I'm trying to get clarity on your approach, so that I can visualize and the viewers can also visualize when you wake up and you're on the session open and you're about to place 20, 30 trades for the day. How do you set up your day? How do you begin?
I'll start at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, just because there's usually news there. I'll just get my first trade in, just a continuation of the news, because I'm betting that news most of the time is going to be priced in pretty fairly, so that when news comes out, it's a huge candle. I'll just trade a continuation of that candle for my first trade of the day. And then after that, I'll take usually like 3 to 4 trades trying to revert that move. So if news came out, it was very, very bullish, then I would trade multiple times, probably 3 or 4 evaluations, trying to short back to the pre-news price, because I believe on average the news was forecasted and priced incorrectly. So the increased volatility solely from the fact that the news actually was released should not impact the fair price of the futures.
You mentioned to me off camera that quants or people in your field don't really believe in chart patterns. So I want to extend that out in terms of what is the correct lens from your perspective to look at price? What is the best way to visualize and understand what price is?
Honestly, I think it's just use news. Because we're trading futures personally, I'm trading futures of NASDAQ. So I look at the index, and index is made up of stocks. And usually the things that are going to change fair price of stocks is news. Basically like forecasting what's going to happen in the future because of a news release. So I try to use a lot of macroeconomic factors like that into a very, very small intraday in order to gain a small bias. And then a small bias is like extremely profitable on prop firms if you have good risk management.
Does it mean you only trade news days?
I trade every day as well, just because I have the same theory as news as I do with session opens. Whenever the session opens, obviously increase in volatility. Sometimes, or most of the time, at least in my opinion, it creates an unfair move. So just because volume came into the market and it moved a specific direction, that shouldn't change the fair underlying price of the stocks that I'm technically trading when I'm doing NASDAQ futures.
When you say fair value of price, it's a relative term. So fair relative to what and over what duration? So are you looking at fair price as an absolute criteria on a day-by-day basis, and then you're using that as we're overextended, or overbought, oversold on a daily basis, or would you do this on an hourly per session? What is the reference point?
I do it every day. First fair price that I will assume is just 9:29 Eastern before the market opens. And then from there, if there's consolidation and then more breakouts, I'll just treat the most recent consolidation as a fair price.
So you establish the fair price as so, and then as we break out, you look for one buy opportunity. When you see that move is exhausted or depleted, then you look for the sell back to the fair price.
Exactly.
And buy.
Oh, what's up, man? It's going good. I had to close out of that trade yesterday. I lost like 245, and then I didn't catch anything else because I had a birthday party to go to. So, but I saw it like went way back up and then way down, and now we're in a huge downward in silver. Just made a little bit of money off silver and gold. I should probably stay in it. I have a feeling you bought MNQ down here, probably, or I don't know what you're trading. Have you traded anything today? The previous week low here looks like a good bounce, but it's a nice thick skinny red candle there. Silver's going up, gold's going up, oil's going up. It's really going up. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that was a nice drop. That was definitely a nice drop. Yeah, so it's funny, like yesterday when I was like, it's not like is this going to be the big drop? And then it's funny because in silver, like it went up, like I was like here, but it did go up, and then that was a huge drop, man. It went up to the previous week high almost, but it didn't quite hit it. So, like, I don't know if I would have got in on that, but yeah, the MNQ, like it's funny. I'm looking at silver now, and on a lower timeline, it actually looks more choppy than Nasdaq. It's got so much volume in Nasdaq. That shit, it sure as hell seems choppy when you're in it, you know. But when you look at it, you're like, oh, these candles are a lot smoother. But whew, being in those candles are choppy as hell. But yeah, that would be a good short last night, man. Shit. How much are you putting on your trades? Are you just going in a little bit to be safe, or are you putting in like a larger amount of your, like what percentage of your money are you putting in on a single trade? Okay. Yeah, that's smart, man. Yeah, I was at a point where I was putting in 5 minis per trade. And then I realized I can't handle it. I'd make so much money, but crossing down to 70. Yeah, I just got out with I had 2 micros in silver. If you do a silver micro, that's a lot. Like 1 micro in silver is a lot more than a silver in MNQ. Which is good. I like the meatiness of it. But that's a nice red line down there on the 4 hour. So here's the previous week low. Are you going long on this? Or do you think it's going to be a sharper downward move? Like, do you think this is coming back? See, I have this here. I have this, like, kind of byline. I think I have this on silver. Oh, boy. It's definitely a good bounce line, but it's kind of bouncing right here because the previous week low. And what I've come to realize is even though this is a level of support in many cases because, you know, it's a lot of retail traders, you know, if there's no bank actions moving, that it's going to bounce off these just because the psychological thought is, okay, you know, we need to bounce here at least for a little bit, you know. But then you have your actual lows like here where it's supported. So I might buy in here, but I did buy in silver and gold, and those are doing pretty good, at least on a shorter time frame. I see a little uptrend. But then when I see these wicks, I feel like there's signals of like that's where you should maybe sell. I got out already because I think, what was it? I'm using, oh yeah, fair value gap. If you do this, yeah, I think we broke through a red fair value gap, but this is the equilibrium, and it's also another 1 hour gap, so I think it might bounce back down here. I don't know how much, but I made $1,000. True. Man, I went to my son just turned 16. One of my sons, and I went to his party and then got home and did nothing, went to bed. But I think I made a little bit this morning just doing stuff on my phone. Lost like 2 trades, one get 1-1, and then I was like, okay, I need to stop doing this. I need to like sit at my desk. But definitely see at least a temporary upward trend now, and then a bounce back down. I never know. Like that's the problem is I don't really know how far down it's gonna go. I don't know the macro. I know like if I want to wait to buy here, like I could do this, which is right around the previous week low, which is also, oh, I can't really see it. Also that support coming up. And then I have a buy down here. And then MNQ is very similar. I have the buy here. But then I don't know where it's going. So I'm usually bouncing off the intraday here. Be a lot better just selling these highs, but I mean, you don't really know at that moment what it is. It's hard to tell. I think it's a lot stronger if it's a, you know, if one of my support levels sits around a previous week high or low, not day, but previous week high or low or previous month high or low, I think that's a really good signal. So this is a previous week low. But I have a buy here, and this is within this huge gap. There's a level of support here. So once it got past this, it ran up. So I think this will be a nice bounce point here if it's going to continue up. But who knows? I mean, these levels of support are virtual. Hard to tell. Yeah, I was like running back some trades today that, you know, where I made over 10K in a trade trying to see, because a lot of these I didn't journal, and I'm just looking back like what was I looking at other than just support and resistance, but I think I was just following the candles. This definitely looks bullish for a little bit though on NASDAQ. I think I got in for like 1 second, made $100 and got out, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to play. On the 30, the RSI went from under the 30 to above it here, so that's a good signal of upward motion. I might wait for this retest down to like here. Play around. Silver looks like it's going to retest. I don't know. It sucks when you got a winner and you're like, man, I got into micro. I could have gotten in all of everything. I don't know if there's going to be a continuation here. I mean, on the 4 hour, but we still have an hour and 43 minutes, so we got a while before this closes. I think I bought it somewhere, I longed it somewhere down here. And then I didn't start the stream until I was in profit. I was like, I don't want to lose money on stream. I had to explain to my son the other day on YouTube, like, cause he's into fishing. He watched these fishermen, my 12-year-old, and he's like, he's like, yeah, he's like, this kid's so good. He's like, every time he throws it in, he catches a fish. Like, it's crazy. And I'm like, listen, Weston, he has a camera on his chest. He's recording for 6 to 8 hours, and he only cuts the pieces where he's catching the fish. That's why every time he throws it in, he catches a fish. I'm like, you're not seeing all the times where he throws it in and gets nothing, you know? And I think that's funny about this is like, some of this is only showing the wins, but there's a lot of losses. Hopefully you're making money. But true strategy is only trend. Like you said, support and resistance, liquidity. That's it. I mean, any indicators, anything like that, you can't get used to those things because the market's going to change. And it's getting more volatile. There's more retailers in the market. There's more ways to fake out. I mean, I have I'll show you something. I have literally written, I started this with AI, but I'll show it. Hold on. So I can essentially strategies. Look at MNQ. So I type in MNQ, I do suggest settings, it looks at the market, it applies certain settings, and then I can start this, and it will literally bracket order. Look, it's bracketing orders right now. So it'll put in orders. I think it puts it in, I think it's looking at the minute. So yeah, but that's so wide. So it's going to put in these bracket orders, leave them in for a few seconds and pull them away. And as it sees that it's not being successful, it's going to pull them in closer. And then, but I haven't tuned it, but it will literally sit here and do this and bracket orders to try to just catch like little ups and downs in a semi-volatile market. Or not volatile. Like if it sees that it's not volatile, it will not do anything. Like it'll like start holding the orders there for longer, etc. Sometimes I think it holds the orders there a little too long though. Like in the beginning, it was taking them in and out. See, and then it like, dude, you shouldn't have done that, you know? Like, so it needs tuning. But this just works with my broker API and it will literally place these. But I guess what I'm getting into is like, I'm placing real orders on the block right now, taking them off, putting them back on. A computer could do this 100 times. Like if I could easily make the API do this a lot more. Wait, what? It took me out of my order? What happened? Did I just lose money? I didn't even see it hold it. I lost $6. Come on, man. Don't be a wimp. That's a reversal. Let's see what I made there. I made $1.40. I lost 6 and made $1.40. It's crazy. But I think if you tune something like this, you could possibly have a slight edge. I think these brackets are a little bit too far away. Needs to be better at. It's got a trend following mechanism. So right now, based on the super trend, it's in an upward trend, which it didn't catch that buy there. But so essentially what it'll do is it'll favor buys. I don't know. Why did it take away my short, my sell? Pretty sure I need a sell order on here. Needs work. I'll stay in this anyways. All right, now I gotta tell my AI, let me get out of it. This thing is stupid. When it took the buy, the sell went away. Also, I'll leave the other one because it was trying to damage control protect me on the first one. Market maker, it put in buy and sell, and when it took the buy, the sell went away. All right, let's start it again and see what it does. Oh, it's not working. What happened, bro? See, paper, start paper, stop, live, start live. Okay. Oh, it's not starting live from there. Go to edit, suggest settings, apply, start live. Oh, so the start live button doesn't work on the strategies page until I edit it. AI, dude. Start live wasn't. Wait, is it? It's not trading. So weird. Well, it broke down. That's it. It's freaking weird. Huh. Live doesn't seem to be working right now. Suggestions, apply, start live. Okay. Oh, it is working. Let's see what we got. I think it's like if it moved, it was moving the sell right when the buy took place, so it like didn't. It like screwed up when it took that order. See what it has to say. Lost guard found at full story production logs. Lost guard, let me confirm. Wait, what are you doing? It's shorts, dude. Oh, you took it away. Good. There you go. Clearly in a downward position. Move the buy and move the sell closer. Yes, build it now. In a take advantage. I see a buy placed close to price in a down market, so it's getting in the way of a falling knife. Yeah, of course I'm losing money. Because you guys are buying orders in a falling market, dude. Yeah, short it. There we go. Where's my buy? This thing is hilarious. Oh, I'm moving my screen here. Where's my buy order? Dude, what is going on? I'm moving my screen around. It's not getting me out of the trade. All right, I'm gonna have to X this out and re-upload. What is this thing doing, bro? Published 2 hours ago. Let me restart it. Well, I need to add Insights Hub. Hold on. App is running cleanly. Stop the leads. Installing. Let me look at this AI real quick. Downward uptrend, buy sell should be closer. Yeah, this thing is, it's still running, bro. Hit restart, stop, 5, start. And it's not placing orders. So just apply, save, start live. Okay. So weird. Stop. Start live. When I stop doesn't seem to It is running now. Okay, good. Running terribly, by the way. Why did you get out? Ah. This thing is getting me murdered. This AI is taking forever. Fix it before I lose all my money. This thing is just going to take forever. Alright, I'm going to go into the AI. Simulated maker fee. Daily stop loss. Am I losing? Are we just going to keep putting shorts above here? Alright, I'm getting out of this. Let's see what I lost. History. Terminal strategies. I made 490 there? Oh, okay. Oh, damn, I made money. Not bad. Short, somehow I made money. Cool. I'm gonna have to, I need to verify this in TradeZilla. This does not make sense. Oh yeah, I did make money off that. Cool. Look at you, AI, making all that money. All right, let's start it again since you made money. See what happens. Maybe it just takes a second to make the initial trade. Oh, wow, look at that. Wide as hell, boy. See, then it tightens it up. I think what it does is because it's the API, the visual can't even get it quick enough. Like it'll make a little bit of money, but the visual doesn't capture it. It's just like, bzz, bzz. But it actually got some different price that price wasn't at yet because the API is a little faster. Yeah, I longed it too. Like I thought this was going to have a better move up. Which, on the long term, it looks, on the big boy chart, it looks like it is going to come up because it bounced off the previous week low. So it's probably going to come up. But this is, I have AI trading an API right now. I mean, I haven't been doing it all day. I've been trading support and resistance, but this is kind of cool because you're not going to lose a lot of money. You're not going to make more than $100 off a trade, and you're not going to lose more than $20. It's just bouncing off in the 1 minute and like trying to figure out. I mean, this is choppy, so. This is definitely choppy. It's favoring shorts right now. In faster, it's weird. In fast markets, it'll put in and take away faster, and then in slower markets, it's like sleepy mode where it'll hold them there a little bit longer. But it's definitely not following a big trend. I mean, this is like a market maker style where it's just bracketing orders at the top and bottom. Let's see if I lose money here. Always shorting the uptrend, AI. Oh, there we go. We made money. See, this thing's actually, you know what's funny is I think it's wrong, but it's actually right. Because it does the opposite of what I think it's going to do, but it is going up. But see how it widened that? Well, I think I'm just... Why does it keep... Why are you favoring shorts right now? I don't get that. It's putting a short right at the top with the buy way down here. I'm really curious to see what we got here. Oh, those are all profit. Those are all profit. That's crazy. Just little baby profits. 40 cents, 40 cents. And it puts in the fee too. So it does it after the fee. So 40 cents, 90 cents, $2.40, $3.90, $4.90. Then a loss of 10 cents, a gain of $1.40, a loss of $6, a gain of $1.90. And then I think that was all on. Well, this says $22. Yeah, I made $22 on this AI. I made $1, then I lost $6. So that's just in the last like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't know why it keeps favoring shorts though. Super weird. Made $2.40 on that. $2.40. I'm not even looking at the chart anymore. Huh. Wait, what was that? Am I in a trade? Oh, okay. Dude, you're gonna lose me all my money. Well, you were long and you got stopped out. Now look at it. I'm losing $20. Come on, man. That was a loss. Loss of 13. How much did I make? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I had like 6 good trades in a row where I made 14 and then I lost 13.60 on one trade. I think it's putting itself in timeout. It has like a timeout where like if it loses too much, it's like goes back, rechecks everything. It might sit on the sidelines for a few minutes. We'll see. We made $1. You're not going to get rich with this. Well, I'm only trading one contract. Let's see. All green restarting. Yeah, I have like 3 prompts it's working on right now. That's crazy. That was a lot of winning trades in a row. Just that one got away with the validity, but this will probably do a lot better like overnight Eastern. $22 in a trade though. That's not bad. That was like when I first started it, I made $22. $22.90. I'm putting this shit in a spreadsheet. Let's see what I made so far today. File new. I guess I should code that into it too. Oh, error. Never mind. Error? What did I copy? Data? Oh, it's probably showing on my terminal. See spread, half spread. Very quiet market. Quotes tightened. Points half spread. Trend down, buys lean. 5.2 points out. RSI. Why is this so long, dude? 178.76. I don't think I made 178.76. Traded $495 million. 1,444 trades. 495,684,735.50. Fucking big money. Spread vault, half spread, trend, RSI. Oof. Crazy. If in versus 3 minute for value gap, I'm longing. Yeah, like it's just coming back to retest. Oh, way to get me in a losing trade, buddy. Man, I could never trade the 1 minute chart. I would have to go get help. I'm trading live with real money, but this is in major beta. This thing is in major beta. Oh, there we go. And it took it. See, that's awesome. I made money, and it looked like it was against me, but that's what I love about this. The market maker thing is it's so in and out. You never make a lot of money, you never lose, but then hopefully at the end of the day, you're not broke. The way I see it is on the hourly. Wait, what am I doing? Wait, do I have that in there? This was the previous week. Was it? Dude, I don't know my own price. Here we go. This is the previous week low here. So the way I look at it is it's going to retest a little bit here, but essentially it's going up to some level of support. It's either going up to this tiny level of support, or it's going to come all the way back historically to this change of character line here, like this center. So if you look at that, 30.26, it's at 29.648. I mean, so this could go up a lot, 300 plus points, 376. But you got all this too in the middle, so. And I'm on the 1 hour, so this red FVG is probably where I would get out sanely. I would get out right where this little green candle's ass is, a little pump there. Right there. I would just get out there. And anyways, this could cause consolidation even prior to it, so I might even want to get out there. But that's only 33 points. Am I losing here? Come on, AI. $26. What are you buying into, bro? Yeah, thanks, buddy. Let me see how much money. $20. This thing's on a losing streak. Not good. Strategies. $21. Yeah, describe your skew bot currently centers its quote symmetrically, so when a flying market, the buy sits right in the knife's path. I'll make it lean with the trend, and a downtrend, the buy backs away. The sell works closer. In the mirror, in the uptrend, let me... There you go. Before I lose all my money. Wow. A little late to the party there, bro. Yeah, it's going up. It's an upward trending market for a little bit at least. Like I said, 683 is like the first top here. But, I mean, this thing can go up and down. Well, now it's above this. So I would think the only... It's going to come down and test this before going up, if anything. I don't think it's going to... Right where my buy is. It's going to come down and test that. Or at least test the wicks. And then continue up. It's hitting the wicks. And you took my buy order away. Thanks, buddy. So it literally tested that. It's going to make us sweat a little bit. Oh. It's going into that fair value gap, so maybe going down to this one right here. Where did it actually go down to? Right there. Okay, cool, man. But I feel like it's definitely got some up. Man, if that would have just bounced right there, I'd been like, I'm a demon, man. Nope. I think what's happening now is so many block orders by AI are being placed. Just like I'm placing one contract, there's banks placing iceberg. I can ladder this. I have a ladder setting, so I can iceberg everything along the way here. So, you know, if I had a million contracts I could buy, I can completely dominate price within a range. And you're, you know, making everybody else, then you're confusing all the other AIs and all the other human sellers and buyers. So nobody essentially knows where it's going to go. I don't even know if, I mean, obviously there's news pushing it, but a lot of these guys are just like this system is banking on a move already happening and then it following the trend. But I mean, I don't know who's really creating the trend here other than news. Macro. But these little tiny 1 minute candles are so fake. They're so driven by just massive amounts of orders being put on here. And now that they want everybody to follow order flow. But I don't know, man. I mean, if order flow is the thing that can be faked, then what are you following? You're following literally something people could be pulling the wool over your eyes on. I've actually had the best winning rate buying and selling within a small candle. Just like when I see the candle go down really far, I buy it, and then I'm pretty sure it's going to bounce back up. Now, if it's a huge move down, obviously that's where I take my loss because I'm not going to lose too much money. I'm not going to wait for it for too long. But literally, like no stop losses. It would bounce down. I would buy it. It would go back up. I would sell it. It would bounce down. I would buy it, and I would literally. And I haven't done it recently, you know, because I'm more into like bigger mechanics. But I would flip the order. I would just flip it, and it was insane doing that. And I literally had. I was making 30. I want to see where I was. I did that for a whole month when I first, and I really just started trading in this method like I think it was in February. Let me look at my trade Zilla here. February. Couple big losses there. Let me see. February 1st. Here, I think 373, that was it. 16. I think it was through the 5th through the 16th. And I think all the way through the month. Let me just look at the whole month. I know on the 17th, I took a $3,000 loss, and I know it wasn't trading that way. But in the full month, and I wasn't trading a lot. I only made 3,046. Is that 3,460? Yeah. But hold on. Day range. Dude, I suck at this. That's what it was. 26th. First. I didn't trade the other days. 26th. Maybe I didn't have too good of a month. I thought I did. Maybe I just had a good week. I had a 6. No, that can't be right. Oh, I was on the wrong month. My March was terrible. February 26th. No, February 1st through February 26th. There we go. Yeah? That can't be right. 65% win rate. My profit factor was 0.52. So did I not, I didn't make money? That doesn't make sense. Oh. Hold on. Wrong date. The 5th. I wonder if I made money on that trade just now. The 5th. February 26th. Bro, this date selector is garbage. Absolute garbage. It keeps changing my other calendar to March. Which, man, I did a war trade and I lost my ass. Like right when it got started. Um, 5th of February 26th. That just doesn't make any sense. Huh. I don't know why it's putting my profit vector there. I can't even figure anything out with TradeZilla. I don't know what that daily is. Friday? 26? Damn, I love this. February 26th. No. Weird. Never mind. Every day I was profitable. Every single day, my trades, I never lost a lot. I never gained a lot. And I had days, 8 trades, let's say 68 trades. I had 113 trades. 141 trades on a day. Stress-free though. 49 trades, 33 trades. Never down a lot, never up a lot. Just in and out. Probably lost half the trades. My win rate wasn't good. It was like 60 something. But my profit percentage was up, like I was at over 30%, which wasn't bad. All right, let me see if I made any money off this trade just now. Almost caught that, buddy. Almost caught that, buddy. $12.56 and it's $12.59. I made $6. Okay, so that was the first trade in a while. Wow, that was the first trade in like 10 minutes. Oh, okay, so it put itself in timeout. It did after it lost $21. And then it went and made $6. Crazy. There we go. Made $7.90. Hard day's work. Oh, whoops, I'm fucking it up. Oh shit, I put that right back. See if my AI is done. Check my Slack channel. I gotta put, like, if I'm trading with this AI, I gotta put the P&L up here so you guys can take a look at it. I wonder if I can do that. Pull out a separate window. $475K available. Nah. 850K. That's not what I read, but if that's true, amazing. Obviously, I've never transferred a sub account. All right, I'm gonna take care of this dude. wait, I chat GBT that. Agency subaccounts, find the subaccount, open manage, choose actions, transfer route, select, transfer existing agency, enter the receiving agency's relation number, review the transfer details, enter your password, and confirm the reason. Accept transfer before it completes. Alright, agency, sub-accounts, switch to sub-account now. Where's ChatGPT? Pull this over here. Agency view, sub-accounts, find the sub-account, open manage client. I'm doing go high level stuff. Choose actions. Transfer sub-account. Relationship number 0-908-135. I review the information above. Only users. Screenshot this. Only users who use type count are signed exclusively. LC phone is not able to coordinate with the current owner. Please enter. Locations has active. Please cancel all subscriptions before. Publishing standard claim close. Not bad. $9.90, $9.90, $6.40 profit, $7.90 profit, $9.90 profit on one contract. It's all going to be ran by bots. And I'm usually trading 50 times as much. Been like 300, 400, 900, probably would have lost 2K. I don't know about a bot losing me 2K in like a 5-second trade. That would make me a bit nervous. When I first created this bot, there was a point where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would say about 40 to 50 trades it took in a loss, and it took them all second. It took, like, it was taking a trade every second because the market was just going like this, but it just kept hitting the opposite, like not in profit for some reason. Like, it didn't have a sleepy mode, so it would essentially get out of a safe zone and it would stop loss it, and then it would create a new order, and then it would stop loss it. Instead of doing more of a sleepy mode. So now it's really looking at like volume and candle size and, you know, speed of the market, and the trades will sit there longer. And as the market speeds up, it's supposed to, you know, I don't know if it slows down when it speeds up. I don't even know how this shit works. It's just the AI is taking over. But I think it gets a little bit more lazy. It waits for orders to hit it. But in a fast market, I think what it does is it will step out of a fast market for a little bit. If volatility goes insane, it will step out. I know that was one of the big things we worked on. But I mean, from 50 losses in a row to some big profit orders. $31, $62, $42. I mean, this shit's not making $9 all day, $7, $4. I mean, some of the orders are decent. And I haven't lost much. I've had, since I've been on here, let's see, what time is it? It's 1:08. It's 1:08. I got on at 12:20. So I got on formula. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 winning orders. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. And I'm pretty sure my winners are above. For some reason, I mean, totally right now. Okay, so what this is showing me is like my complete trade history, which I haven't traded this that long at all. So literally I have like my 50 losers in a row, and then I have where I started making some money as I made this better. And my P&L is negative $237.90. My win rate is 32%. 31 out of 98 trades I've won. But that number is going to skew significantly better because I've only been building this for maybe an entire day, over 3 days. But maybe, a day where I've been working on it, and it's so much better right now. So much better. Like I see so much green. It was all red in the beginning. It just lost every trade. Like it didn't know how to trade. And now using direction, using volume, it's actually starting to make some money. So we'll see. We will see. I mean, that 32% win rate is probably better than some of y'all. So, oh my God! As I'm talking, this thing is down like $1 million. Thanks, guys. Wait, why is it still in this trade? Needs work. Seriously? You let it do this? All right, I gotta see this. I gotta send a screenshot to AI. Bro, look at you. Look what you've done. Why isn't it placing a sell limit closer to it? All right. Insanity. You don't have conditional metrics, conditions to take or not take orders on your script. Yeah. So it will sit out on certain volatile times. This is weird. Like, look at it. Why isn't it just deleting the order? It's literally letting this thing shit the bed right now. So it takes orders. No, so I don't have it waiting to take an order. I don't have it waiting for certain conditions to take an order. No, it will take an order one after the other. And basically what it's doing is, fuck, this thing's just going to let me die. But every order that it takes, it's looking at certain conditions that it's in right now. Dude, are you just going to let me lose everything? Oh, it did move the sell limit. You moved it after it dropped again. This thing is slow. Let me see here. And be like, look at this screenshot. This is letting shorts get away. Letting losses get away. To limit profit. It's slow to place orders I don't know how to yell at this thing because... All right, let's see how much I lost on that piece of shit order. $30. That's one way to wipe out your profit for the day. Jesus. Man, I thought you were doing good. Hold on, I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna send it this too and yell at it. Look at this. Dude, in a second I'm gonna threaten its life and then it'll give me the secret to trading success. Look at this shit. Alright, I'm gonna say look at this and find a solution to let winners run and losers and cut losers. Stop loss seems on the inside may be to put on the outside or no? AI probably has guardrails. It's like, don't give up any shit about the market. The last hour of the 4-hour candle close is always the hardest to trade. Oh yeah, like 10-2, 6-10-2. Is that what I'm in? Yeah. Yep, I'm the last hour, 6-10-2. Look at how wide it put it. Now it's like scared. I mean, obviously this is going to go up a little bit. It's going to go up beyond that green mammoth candle. That's not even... I think the macro on the 1 minute is up, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just coming down to say hi. And then it's going to go back up. It's not going to come down to that buy, though. I don't think so. Whoops. I'm thinking I'm on the chart. It probably will. Look at it. It's going to come down to it, and then it's going to go shorter. Oh, look. It put the sell up above it. It moved it and put it up above it. I mean, this thing's pretty smart. Sometimes I don't know if I should get mad at it and just tell it to do shit, or I should be like, what do you think, buddy? Your long M&Q price dumped and your exits are resting sell limits above a falling market. Let me pull the exact mechanics in your live settings before I explain and propose the fix. Yeah, maybe I won't trade the last hour, 4-hour candles. I mean, I'm showing the 1 minute chart only because that's what this AI is trading on, which, I don't know, maybe CT for life. I should make the AI. What is actually cool? So here's the thing though. This kind of strategy isn't really going after the right or wrong overall answer. It's literally just playing movement in a candle in a market. Now, I do feel like this is a bit slack though. Like it's not quite being aggressive and it's losing money. So it's putting a buy. It keeps moving my buy down. And that's the thing that's weird. I feel like it's moving it like someone would move their stop loss, right? Like it's getting close. So let's move it away. But I think what it's doing is it's remeasuring the width of the market and it's doing that. And I haven't published it yet, and I made some decent updates here. So I'm not going to republish it now. I'll just let it ride. So this thing has, technically it's not supposed to have bias, but I did give it bias. I gave it trend bias. The problem is that the last move of a trend, like if I'm looking at the super trend, the last move of it is the break of it. So, that's a problem. And I think I've addressed that somewhat, but I need to look back at the notes and see how that was addressed. Because I don't want to catch the falling knife every time or the rising sword. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of a trend. I don't want to like make $1 on each trade during a trend and then like when the trend is over, I lose every time and I lose big because that's the big candle that creates the gap and gaps down or up. But I think if you throw a little bit of bias into it, a slight bias based on just trend, like not too many things, but just like the super trend. You know what I mean? That's just enough bias. If you can tweak that to where it's going to understand, okay, if I'm in an upward trend, I'm trying to get close to buy it. You know, I'm not waiting on the reversal. Now that's another trend I could create. And here's the cool thing is what I've made, I can create multiple trends. So I could create 10 trends just on this that take orders, like for different reasons. And I have this as what I call a market maker trend, which is there's a lot of different things that go into the market maker trend. But I have trends where I can just set all these different settings. Like say I want XYZ on the 30-minute. And here's another cool thing. It backtests. So I click, it will backtest like a month of data up to a month. And it will say based on what we see and all of the setting options you have, these are the best settings. And then I can save that and I can start it and it'll run. It'll just run. So I could set something on the 4-hour or the 30-minute and I could have them all running even on the same symbol. But, this thing is pretty new. I've spent more time working on indicators, which are cool, but I would never want to give a noob an indicator because they don't know that losing's part of winning, and they're going to go like, what the hell? Like this thing lost 3 times and then I got 1 winning trade and then it lost 2 more times. And it's like, yeah, but that winning trade was like, you could have made a lot of money, but it's, those indicators, I mean, indicators should just be used as, a clue. But when you like light up a candle and you put short on it or long under it, then people tend to think like, okay. Didn't I say the overall trend was up a second ago? I was like, yeah, the overall trend is up. All right, so I know I have a buy down here somewhere. Buy. There's my actual buy. I would say buy at 29,342.50. And I don't have a sell. Oh, was this it? No, I think this is my stop. This was the first get the hell out and it didn't even hit that. The market's moving down, man. This war isn't over. U.S. owns the Strait of Hormuz now, according to Donald Trump. I don't know. Oh, now we're going to short it. Well, maybe that's a good place to short it. It's not pulling away, so I guess because we're in a downward trend. Oh, and it didn't hit it. That's happened a couple of times recently where it's like it was 2 points away. 2.5 points. But it is addressing that $30 loss. So The new trend lean I added earlier today is a separate, faster mechanism. It reads tick by tick movement and reacts in seconds, shifting both quotes and the move, while this super trend nudge follows candles and lags by minutes. They complement each other. One dodges the fast knife, the other keeps you from leaning against a longer grind. Screenshot tells a clear story. Your long 1MQ price dumped and your extra resting sell limits above a falling market. Let me pull the exact mechanics. All anchors confirmed. Applying full change set now. What did it do? Lost guard, search. Correct schema, tracing engine, symbol trading mode. Missing what? Analyzing production. Automated stop loss logic. Implementation strategy starting with hard stop loss features that tracks maximum loss per position. I'm creating a helper function similar to the existing profit logic that checks if unrealized losses exceed the configured threshold. For the engine, I'm adding a method that computes unrealized P&L using the same approach as profit lock tracking, then checking against the stop loss limit in both the paper and live trading blocks. I'm integrating this check into the close conditions with proper message priority. Stop loss takes precedence since it's most urgent, followed by profit lock and max hold time. The critical issue is the latch clearing logic when stop loss is added as a third trigger for profit lock pending the early blah blah blah. The live execution path, the daily loss latch check runs first, then profit lock and max hold checks, and finally the quote construction applies the loss pause gate. This is beyond. This is like building an iPhone real quick. It's like, yeah, just make it work. Just make it make money, dude. $68 backend tests, 14 front end, both type checks, restarting server. All anchors confirmed, applying full change set. Oops. So let's see, 4 hour. I mean, we're still not down where we were. CT for life. If you're still there, do you think this is going to go below the previous week low, or do you think it's going to have a little shift back up for Wednesday or Tuesday night? I mean, it's definitely below this trend line, but this trend line isn't this trend line. I think it's going to hit that equilibrium. So here's my second buy. So this is a buy. This is my second thought of a buy. But it's not here. Is this what you're looking at? 2720? 27,200, I mean. Is this just a big head and shoulders, and this is just some weird arm up before it goes back down? I mean, honestly, I do feel like we're going to hit the actual trend at some point, which is here at some point. But I could be wrong. If this war doesn't get its shit together. The 1 hour. I mean, this still to me looks like it's going up, but on the 1 minute, it's getting smoked. We got 32 minutes left on the 1 hour, so that means we got 2 minutes left on the 30. It's wicking out. Let's see if it decides to dump here. The 15 has 2 minutes and 30 seconds too, and it's starting to suck back up. Luckily, I made my like I bought when it hit the previous week low. So I bought that previous week low because even if the main trend is down, it's gonna bounce off that. There's gonna be a short intraday trend, and it's been happening for hours now, where this has gone up. So basically, the 9:30 open brought it all the way down. It was resting like right here, and I'm like, I'm not touching it until it hits this. And then I looked up, and it was going through it, and I was like, okay, it had already wicked back up a little bit, so I just bought that shit. Yeah, 29,500. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, those were some big man. And I was out of town at a conference, and I was like in the Airbnb, and I made like some baby trades, and I was like, if I would have just put in that trade and put my phone down, like I would have nailed it. I would have nailed it. Like I was watching this come all the way down to here, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a cool low. And then I'm like, wait a second, I think I like deleted my trend line somehow. Fucking visual indicators, man. So yeah, come back down to this range. So under this buy. Do chart. Yeah, I'm just like right in the middle of those. But you're right. It's probably gonna come in the middle somewhere. Like, and this should actually even be like here in this consolidation. Consolidation. And this consolidation doesn't line up with anything. I don't know. Now we're saying we're gonna bomb Oman. I have no idea. This isn't really attached to the war though, because this thing's been. We were deep in the war here, and it was March, and this thing started, and this thing bounced in March. Right before April, right like the last day of March, this thing bounced. And these companies are just getting more money. See what happens. YouTube Broski. Dinner. Guess you're not here, man. In like Pakistan or something. Honestly, she'll let the winners not cut the losers. Stop seams inside. Dude, this hasn't taken an order in forever. Should the super trend on the one hit like 1.19 TR, or is there a way it can see if I made money off that trade. $7.90 made on that trade. Well, I'm gonna upload this because I keep making updates. I gotta go pick up my kid in a minute. What is this saying? I gotta update the database. Limit order canceled. Limit order replaced. Or is there a way can size based on conditions? Herm. TikTok.
A study just came out saying that over 80% of Google searches end with 0 clicks. What that means for a business owner is that SEO is not enough right now. People will Google, but the thing is, Google searches just give you the answer. You don't have to go dig through and click around anymore. Blogging is done. SEO, as it stands before, is done. Long tail keywords, short tail keywords, all of that is done. Anyone who's trying to fight the SEO game the old way is pretty much cooked. But here's what is emerging. It's called AEO, right, which is Answer Engine Optimization. This is how you show up in ChatGPT, in Gemini.
Oh yeah, I already am on top of that. TP hit $228. Damn, bro, you posting that on Facebook? right, so this, yeah, I'm out because I republished. Paper, start, stop, live, start live. Okay. See what this thing does now. I need to get like a wide camera. I feel like this camera needs to be white. Why big? Ooh, this market is slow, boy. Hmm. Touches the strategies and exit logic. So let me look at the exactly how the super trend and ATR trail work in your bot before giving you an answer. So I wonder if it's the fast markets or the slow markets that do better here. Probably the fast markets. Trying to get this AI tuned. This is what's trading right now is a newer version of this trading bot. So it's like a few of the prompts that I put in over the last like 20 minutes, but it's still working on a few. I'm getting paid today, buddies. I don't know, man. Like I've been trading with like TradingView and watching it every day for just like 3 or 4 months. That's it. But yeah, I've been trading for God since I was like in my 30s, early 30s. I mean, like 20. Yeah, probably. How old was I? Yeah, I was 30. I was like 33. I was like 33 when I started trading. So a long time. 14 years. I'm 47. But like this, where I'm watching candles, like 4 months ago, I didn't even know what a candle, like I didn't understand a candle. So yeah, it's been a minute, been a hot minute, but or it hasn't been a minute, but it hasn't been it's only been a hot minute. But yeah, it's easy to learn. It's just hard to follow your rules. It's not hard to learn. It's hard to keep yourself in check from being either scared or greedy. Yeah, once you learn it, once you lose it, once you lose it, it takes losses to learn. Though you will learn in the losses, for sure. The losses teach you a good lesson. Using real money. That paper trading account shit is bullshit, because you can just size up. You don't care if you lose. You don't get nervous when you lose money. It's just, it doesn't matter. It's a joke. And then if you do lose and do something stupid in paper trading, you just reset it and pretend it never happened. This is a trading bot right now, so this is AI. This is AI putting bracket orders around price candles. This literally is just a bracket. What people think. If I knew what people thought, I'd be a rich man. But you might be a bot too. All right, I gotta bounce. I gotta pick up my kid from high school. See y'all a little bit.